What's going on, everybody? This is your fellow paisano in the house. Welcome to another live edition of Soccer Forever per Sempre Calcio. Guys, let's get things rolling, shall we? A nice beautiful day outside here in Vancouver. I don't know about your area, but let's see. Let's get this thing rolling. Of course, we're going to start from the Champions League. Europa League today, then we'll talk about the latest of the final games this weekend of Serie A and tutto di più. Guys, I don't know what to tell you. Now it's sunny. But on Sunday, I'm flying. I'm going to go to Mexico, which unfortunately I can watch the Juventus-Inter game, but it doesn't matter. Sometimes it gives me luck, so we'll see. Which that will be the last video when I arrive to Mexico, and then after that, you lovebirds will see me when I come back. So, mamma mia, things just gets beautiful and wonderful when it comes to Italian calcio. Mamma mia, ragazzi, like three Italian teams in the Champions League, and today officially we found out the two Italian teams in the quarters of Europa League, which unfortunately today Arsenal got beaten by Sporting, so that could be a good chance for Juventus and Roma not to get that team, but even Sporting, you know what I mean? So, let's start, shall we? Before anything, guys, like and subscribe. If you're on the channel, leave a comment whatsoever. If you want to join me tonight, I'm here by myself. Unfortunately, my fellow paisans couldn't show up tonight, so leave a comment down below and I'll put you in, and we have lots to talk about. Okay, so let's start, of course, with the Porto and Inter, which Inter finally, they made it through to the quarters after 12 years, which they were 1-0 advantage from home. They played Porto, which unfortunately the majority of the fans weren't there because of this schifia, what's going on, because as much there's rivalry whatsoever, but it wasn't nice that fellow Interisti fans were just sitting there and they couldn't get in. Like, where's UEFA? This is what I don't get. You see these little kids, like this poor little kid behind his dad's back, singing for Inter, and he couldn't watch this game. Then when they come to Italy, they can do what they want. Ma dove cazzo siamo arrivati, ragazzi? This is pathetic. But besides that, once again, the Italians prove everybody wrong. So, as we start the first half, you know, Inter, pretty much, they blocked the wall. Like, they totally blocked the wall. Like, they did a muro, mannaggia la miseria, like a wall, block it. And Porto couldn't go through that block it, you know. But I gotta give credit to Darmian. He did a good performance. What's his name? Di Marco, he saved a lot. He tried to get some shots. Lautaro tried, but Porto, they were trying, but nada, nothing. But come to conclusion, the second half. I'm sorry, you can see my freaking TV. You can see me better? Okay, beautiful. Because I was listening to some music. Maybe after I put the music while I was listening. Some Italian music. Roba seria. But coming to the second half, like, as you all know me, I'm not a big fan of Inzaghi, but he did the right choices. He did the right changes, which unfortunately Bastoni was injured. Apparently he might not play to the Juventus Inter game on Sunday. So, but besides that, of course, they put Skriniar at the 70 minute whatsoever. Porto didn't have it, but the goalie of Inter, Onana, he did some saves unbelievable. Like, if I was Interista at close to the end of the match, the 90 minute, Porto, they tried, they hit the post, he did crazy saves, they Viril and the defense or whoever it was, they saved it. Like I was like, oh my god, mamma mia, cazzo su... Niente, non riusciva a entrare, it did not get in. Like I said, if I was Interista, I would have had a heart attack. But they made it through to the quarters. The disgraziato there from Porto, you know me, I'm not a big Inter fan, forget it. But that coach of Porto, they gave him a nice yellow card, and I see you, bye-bye. So next time, try to keep your mouth shut. What she said the day after, that Porto deserve it, by knowing Inter, a casa Porto, you did not let your fans over there want to be cocky. You didn't want to let the Italians coming in to watch their lovely team. I can't stand that guy, because after what he did with Juventus, my fellow friends, after saying bad things about Juventus to Ronaldo's mom, which we all know he was a Inter player back then. So, state zit e te fa quattro passi. So now, at that moment, it was two, Milan and Inter. Then we go through yesterday's game, which at the other end, Mr. Man City went through 5 goals from Haaland. We'll see what will be the next draw. We will find out tomorrow morning, early morning here in Vancouver time, then on the east side, because they're going to do it on 12 p.m. in Europe time. So I'm pretty sure everybody's going to wake up early, 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning to check who they're going to go against. Then we had Napoli in Napoli with Frankfurt. And then, the other hand, there's no point to talk about that game. Liverpool, Real Madrid, Benzema scored the last goal. That's it, finito. Like, they're in. Liverpool out, which I'll get to what Klopp said at his last interview. So we get to the Napoli game. Guys, before this Napoli game, era una vergogna. What the Frankfurt fans did, I understand even the Napoli fans, they did their thing in Frankfurt, which apparently, what I found out about today, that the Frankfurt fans are not allowed in the stadium. They're going to get the tickets because they're really wild. As we see, these guys just showed up in Napoli like a group di razzisti, nazisti, how can I say, like a war, smashing cars, everything, like, really? Oh, terrible. I know the Napolitans, they did their best to defend. Like, there was innocent people there. For what? Per pallone. For soccer. I was like, at that moment, Napoli's going to lose because they're going to be overthinking about what's going on because, no fans were allowed and they were outside causing a scene in Napoli. Like, in Italy, they can do whatever they want. And outside, we can even go and watch a nice game of our lovely team. Ma dove siamo arrivati, ragazzi? Like, where are we coming from? This is pathetic. Like, no words. I know there's a love and hate with Juventus and Napoli, but we gotta be honest, man. Because even a Juventini that will love to see European competition, then cannot go in because of this porqueria. Ceferin, where is he? Like, this one, the poor little bastard just says that they're not allowed at the Europa League. And the guy is cleaning his hands. He's worried about how to damage Juventus. He's worried about all the stupid things. I can't wait to get rid of this guy. Like straight up, man. But let's get in conclusion of the game. Pretty much Napoli, they dominate. They took over. No goals till close to the end with a beautiful header by Mr. Osimhen. And at the second half, close to the end, I believe, Mr. Osimhen did a beautiful goal. Was 2-0, plus the 2 goals before, 4-0. Frankfurt, they didn't do nothing. Like this team, they all talk about it's a big team, like BB, boo. Ma che cazzo, ragazzi, like this team. But Napoli, everybody's scared about Napoli, which the last goal was Zielinski, but and finished at 3-0 with the penalty shot of Zielinski. But this team, man, love them, hate them. They're on fire. I wouldn't be surprised they'll be on at the final. I know people might think I'm crazy, but these guys, I think they're gonna probably win the Champions League. We'll see. With their luck and all these players, they're all healthy whatsoever. Like Mr. Spaghetti is gonna have a nice plate of spaghetti. You have no idea, man. So we will see what happens. Mr. Klopp said through all the other teams, because he got knocked out from Real Madrid for the 3rd time. All the other teams, they gotta be careful. Man City, Real Madrid, and Napoli. So we're gonna see tomorrow where all these Italian teams who are going against, and we'll see what happens. It'll be nice to see Inter Milan. It will be really nice after a long time. That'll be great. It's good for Italian soccer, guys. Like, we haven't seen this for a while. And I know that Juventus is not in the Champions League whatsoever. We've been in the Champions League for 11 years. Good or bad, doesn't matter. We made it through to the quarter, which I get through to Juventus of the European. So we shall see, guys. We shall see. But at the end of the day, il calcio italiano, il catenaccio, because so far Roma, Juventus, Inter, and Milan, they used their catenaccio and they made it through. Napoli, they're playing great soccer. Like those guys, pipì, pupù, barabim, baraboom, like a casa tutti. You know what I mean? So we gotta give these guys credit, and like I said, behind the rivalry whatsoever, it is what it is. So that's it. Bada bim, bada boom. As long as we're proving everybody wrong. But did you see the comments of that bacala of Guardiola? Like, Guardiola, put your head in your bed. Which Spalletti gave it to him. I'll tell you what he said. Let me see if I can find it. Because what Spalletti said was like master to me. He said in one of the comments, I'm not proud of Guardiola's praise for us. That's a little game he's playing that we all know. But he said something very beautiful. I gotta find that one. Hold on a second, guys. Hold on a second. Bada bim, bada boom. Because he says something that makes sense. That really makes sense. Because Man City, we all know, they spend all this money. So he said, Mr. Spaghetti, if City can spend 900 million and we can only spend 9 million, there's a reason. That game he's playing means we'll place you up there so that you can definitely fall. Which I give him credit to Mr. Spaghetti, because the guy is spending so much money, which I have a feeling he won't. Guardiola won't win the Champions League. He won't win the Premier League, because now Arsenal are out. They're like 6 points away. Arsenal might win the Premier League. So fa quattro passi, Mr. Guardiola. And of course, per sempre, mamma mia, this guy. Luca Bertoli, Forza Juve sempre. Ma tu mi fai ridere, cioè io faccio il live alle ore tue e tu non ci stai mai. Che ore sono là? Sono le 2 di mattina, ma che cosa mi combini, paesano? Mamma mia. Arriverò alla Juventus dopo, caro Luca. A nice subscriber, he's always on time, so we gotta give this guy credit. So let's get into Juventus, shall we? Juventus against il frigorifero, the fridge. Oh man, what a game today. What a game. Like the first half, guys, it was a 50-50. Me personally, I can't complain. But unfortunately, at the end, well, close to the end, Vlahovic scored. I don't know why that was offside, but he did a beautiful goal. But who says it wasn't offside? That wasn't offside, but somehow he kind of managed. But then afterwards, close to the end, the Freiburg guy, which he had a yellow card before, what does he do? He had a handball, and then of course after 2 yellow cards, a red card and a penalty kick. Who scores the penalty kick? Mr. Vlahovic. I was like this, Madonna. A paesano was close to me. He's gonna score. Shut up, because every time he says something, it won't happen. But the guy, in my head, I can tell that he would have scored, but he did a nice goal, which he almost blocked the goalie. He got in, 1-0. Then, at the second half, Allegri was getting mad. I don't know why, because they were down one man and they couldn't manage to be aggressive. But at the same time, there's the, how you call it? The inter game coming along, so maybe the boys want to take it easy. You know what I mean? So, but at the 70 minute, he put Mr. Chiesa. Then who else? But then he put the young kids. Di Maria was there, so hopefully he's okay by Sunday. And yeah, Chiesa, he had his chance. The first shot, it hit the ball. I was like, Madonna mia. Chiesa, che cazzo mi combini? But not even 2 minutes later, our boy, my boy Chiesa, finally scores. Like, he'll be titolare. He will start on Sunday because we need him. And Di Maria and Vlahovic compagnia bella. So, but it wasn't too bad. That's the style that Juventus have whatsoever. But Allegri was getting mad. He was really getting mad because the boys, he was getting mad at Keane and Fagioli. They had their ball and they couldn't hit it right away. They were wasting time a perdere tempo. Ma che cazzo mi combinate, ragazzi? But at the end, Frigorifero Freiburg couldn't manage to score. And we managed with a 2-0, in total 3-0, because the one-way goal from before. And now we're officially at the Europa League, the quarters. I know Europa League, it's not like the Champions League, but you know what? A little downgrade. We don't care. I hope we'll make it to the final, but you never know, because with these other teams are very tough. Because all these years, Juventus, man, after the final of Real Madrid in Champions League 2017, Juventus went down. Okay, they had the opportunity to get Ronaldo, but there was no project. This is all because of Paratici and Mr. Agnelli, which Signor Agnelli, Allegri said to Agnelli not to get Ronaldo. I enjoyed Ronaldo those 3 years in Juventus whatsoever, but in Champions League it was really bad. So in these 11 years that these three Italian teams, well, not, it's been a long time, Milan and Inter, that got in, we're always the number one team. But unfortunately, when it comes to the Champions League, we're pretty unlucky. And we we have this Fortuna, man. I hope to see something better. Hopefully, things go well in the next round, the quarters, and the next games that come along. And hopefully to see a better Juventus. Because think about it. We can sit here, talk about this Napoli. But Napoli, they have a nice direttore sportivo Giuntoli. They got these players that nobody knows. Osimhen has been growing since last year. And these guys are on fire, man. Like, they got Simeone, they got Raspadori. But the majority of the time, so far, they didn't get injured, Osimhen and Kvara. These guys are on fire, man. There's nothing to say about this team. Nothing. All that matters with these 5 teams in Europa League and the 3 in Champions League, 0 goal conceded in the second leg and the first leg as well. So there's something to talk about this Italian soccer, shall we? So people that talk about this Premier League, it's going to go down because Premier League, with all this money they're spending, so far there's 2, Chelsea and Man City. Trust me, they're not going to last long. And there's 1 Spanish team, one German team, Bayern Monaco. So we will see what happens. Because at the end of the day, la grinta ci vuole, the passion, not that. You can spend all this money, buttare a vento, look at PSG, a casa. Once again, we prove everybody wrong because we're Italians e noi rappresentiamo il calcio, like it or not. Faccio un bel bicchieruccio. That's the pure facts of reality. Moving on, the next chapter, Mr. Mourinho, the special one. Real Sociedad against Roma. I watched forward. I was between 2 television, the Arsenal game and the Roma game. The Spanish team, man, they tried so hard, but not a chance. Not a chance. Roma did good parking the bus. They had some shots, even Smiley. Smiley had that shot, but apparently it was offside. I don't know why. But they still maintained 0-0. But the Spanish, they were trying since the beginning, but 0. Like 0. But Roma trying, it couldn't get in, but they parked the bus, and it was all about defense. They had more position, the Real Sociedad, but 0 titoli, my friend. They made it through, and So, 1 second, I got my fellow paisano over here. The Juve Barber. Italian football is the best in the world. You're right, Rino. Napoli looks absolutely incredible. Fino alla fine, forza Juve. Well said, Mr. Juve. Dario, I should call you. You think like me, because I keep on telling you. At least there's somebody that thinks like me. But paisano, if you have some time, let me know. You're welcome to join, or else we can do something when I come back from Mexico. But what this guy's saying, he's totally right. Because, like I said in my last video with the Inter game, il gioco italiano, il catenaccio, rappresenta il calcio. The soccer, the Italian calcio, how we play as catenaccio, proved everybody wrong. Like with Milan and what's his name? Inter, they pretty much play catenaccio. Of course, Juventus, I'm pretty sure my boy, Mr. Juve Barber, he doesn't like our coach, which I don't like him either. That's their style, and it is what it is. But Napoli so far they put aggressive soccer, and they like so far they're the most that score so many goals. But sometimes you gotta play this catenaccio. Like I don't like it. I don't know about you guys, but in Champions League you gotta do what you gotta do. Because we seen yesterday, if I was an Inter fan, like I said, I would have had a heart attack, like straight up. But good to hear from Mr. Juve Barber, as you see. I'm not the only one saying it. I know we can put this hate as a Juventino about Napoli, but guys, Juventus needs to wake up. We need to change the old information. We need to change everything. And I'm pretty sure we'll be back on track. I hope Allegri doesn't screw anything up with the next rounds. So, we'll see. But, we got the 5 Italian teams in for the first time since 2006. I know Juventus was around in those 11 years, but it's good. Like, you imagine Inter Milan at the quarters. Mamma mia. It's like watching like back in the day, At least there's some Italian going together. Who knows? Maybe tomorrow we'll find out Roma and Juventus at the Europa League at the quarters. Mizzica. Good to watch, guys. Good to watch. Never mind this bullshit about the, Premier League. I bet you anything, if any of the Italian teams, pretty sure Napoli, if they get Chelsea, I see you bye-bye. Straight up. The only two we gotta be careful is Benfica. But we'll see. You never know. Because even Porto, I thought that was this great. Because back in the day, they had good players with Juventus. Because think about it. Porto beat Juventus, Milan, and Lazio. And Inter pretty much got the job done. Let me see. Talk about Catenaccio. Let's see what my paisano says. The Juve Barber, Allegri and his Catenaccio has no transition. No offense, no attack. The new Italian football we see by Mancini, Spalletti, the old definition of ball, it did. Exactly. Everybody was talking about this Spalletti. I'm going to get in with this guy saying that, everyone was saying, oh, it's going to affect the Spalletti effect. He's going to drop points. Guess what? Spalletti got the right players. Bada bing, bada boom. He got the job done. Mancini, on the other hand, let's leave the fact what happened that we not made it through the World Cup. But we're going to make it through this year. I have a feeling. Because after what this casino's going on with Gravina and company, Gravina si fa quattro passi and then things are going to change. But you're totally what? Spalletti, everybody said the Spalletti effect is coming. But guess what? Spalletti's proving everybody wrong. The thing with Allegri, you need the good players with Allegri. But I bet you anything, Allegri, if he goes to Real Madrid, he won't last long. Because pretty much with Juventus, because he is a Ruffiano, thanks to Agnelli, which Agnelli is not around, he can do whatever he wants. Which he's managing somehow as a manager good to get these boys in their head, because after taking off the 50 points, we got to be honest. But his way of style, I agree with Mr. Juve Barber. Follow him on TikTok. Because the guy knows what's up. He's a Juventino, but the guy knows his soccer and he's sportive like me. Because I keep on telling you, fellow people, il calcio si ama, non si odia. Okay? Of course, if a Napolitano comes to me or Interista tells me, Juve merda, gobo di merda, io ti mando a fanculo. I'll block you. Because who touches Juventus, tocca la morte. But we gotta be realistically, sportivamente speaking. I know a lot of fans, like yesterday watching the Napoli game, for example. Fans are like, oh, they got lucky. They say, I hope they go through Bayern. Guys, Don't say, we've been saying this, like a lot of people are saying this, that Napoli are going to go down, Napoli are going to lose. These guys are on fire. I know you're mad that Juventus are not in that position, but whose fault is it? Started from Agnelli, company, and of course Allegri. Some of the players, they need to fare quattro passi. Milan, look at example about Milan. Milan hasn't been in the Champions League for 11 years. I know Pioli is a 50-50 on fire. I did say Pioli should be fired because after winning Tottenham, they lost with, Salernitana. Well, tie. But those guys, the first year in Champions League last year, they got knocked to the first round, and then they made it through the quarterfinals. I know the majority of us Juventini not happy about the situation. Like a paisano told me, Milan, they have the Champions League mentality. But for us going to Europa League, it's a step behind. And I'm pretty sure things will go well. Hopefully the players are fine. Hopefully Chiesa. I know most people are saying about the 4-3-3, but guys, we will see it next year because unfortunately Pogba is still injured, which it was his birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, Pogba. And I don't know. Hopefully we get some new players. Nothing big, but somebody to compete. And get a new direttore sportivo. They're saying Massara from Milan. Do a refresh and we'll be back on track, guys. Because now Roma and Juventus are in. Let's talk about a little bit of drama. Because what I found out today, on April 19th, we're going to find out that we're going to get those 15 points back. Because, guys, this is going to be beautiful. Because Gravina, I don't think he will stay long. Hopefully, lui fa quattro passi. And you know what I mean? It's about time to change mentality. Because Gravina and his lovely wife, this is what the thing about it. The thing about jeopardizing Juventus. Think about doing le cose serie. We need new stadiums. Even for Milan and Inter, a separate stadium. Everything brand new. We need to bring. I know now we have the 3 Italian teams in, but doesn't mean now we got the 3 Italians in, the Champions League in the 2. We got to change everything. The mentality. No more ruffianismo. No more ass kissing. It's about time to bring back Italian soccer, calcio italiano on the top. Because I'm telling you, Premier League, they're not going to last long. Because the money doesn't count. It's all about the grinta. Like one of my paisans always says, the grinta juice. Because we bring il calcio. So, we will see what happens and talk about Serie A. Let's see on the next games. Okay, let me get this caccheria qua. Let me see if anybody messaged me. No, everything's under control. So the next Serie A games, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into business here. Okay, so Serie A this week. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, let's start tomorrow. Tomorrow there's going to be Sassuolo Spezia. Atalanta Empoli. We'll see because Atalanta, they're not playing that well. I'm not pretty happy with Atalanta. But maybe Spezia, after the win against Inter, they might pull another win. Then we got Monza Cremonese. I think Monza will have a chance to beat Cremonese. We got Salernitana Bologna. Udinese Milan in Udine. Let's see if Milan can bring the grinta. Because usually Milan and Udinese, they don't connect. So, then we have Sunday, Sampdoria, Hellas Verona, Fiorentina Lecce, Torino, Napoli. Which, I think Napoli, they're going to get it done. Then the last 2 games, Lazio, Roma, that's going to be a great game. Because when those games come along, it's always a gong show. Then, of course, the main event. Inter Juventus. Mamma mia, ragazzi. This game, I'm sorry I gotta talk about this game because I'm gonna be flying to Mexico. I won't be watching this game. I hope you lovely people, text me, give me the good news, because Milan, Inter, when it comes to not in Milano, sometimes they don't do a good job, as we see with Spezia, two belle papine by Mr. Maldini's son. But with Juventus, man, I hope Di Maria's on shape. Vlahovic, Chiesa. I know some people said we're going to beat them, but I have a bad feeling. We'll see. But hopefully it gives me the good luck, because I won't be watching. Because usually when I don't watch the games, Juventus win. So we'll see. It's a big match for me, because when it comes to Juventus Inter, then we're going to go against them again at the Coppa Italia, the semi-final. Whew. It's going to be a good one, because if Juventus win or lose, if we get those 50 points back, guys, we're still second place, because the next games on April, we will see, guys. We'll see. I hope this is some good news, but I'm not 100% sure, so we'll see. Of course, I want my team to win, but Inter on San Siro, they beat Napoli, they beat Milan, they beat Porto. Like, you never know. So, yeah, we'll see what happens, my fellow paisans, and let's hope to see some beautiful live action on your way. Which, by the way, I might do a last video tomorrow. Then that's it. No live until when I come back. So I'll keep you updated, because then if I'm always doing live videos or videos and stuff, the wife is gonna kill me when I go to Mexico. So you don't want that, right? You don't want that. So anyways, I think that's it for me. It's been 40 minutes. So I would like to thank the Juve Barber. Follow the Juve Barber on his TikTok, because that guy is numero uno. So he knows his stuff. Put a like and subscribe, my fellow friends. And I will see you soon for tomorrow for some Buongiorno da Vancouver. Then maybe I will do the latest, but I gotta prepare packing. So I might see you maybe Sunday in the beauty of Mexico with the last video. And then that's it. Like and subscribe. Ciao ciao e arrivederci. And remember, viva l'Italia, Forza Juventus, of course, e viva la Serie A. Let's let the best one win in Champions League and Europa League. Thank God, I can see some beautiful soccer. Ciao ciao ragazzi, and before that, let me put some music. Ma what the fangura, sorry, this stupid thing doesn't work properly. Dove cazzo sta? Ok, beautiful. Ciao ciao ragazzi, a presto.